Naalala niyo ba to? Ito. Or everyone remembers singing and moving to these dance floor classics, but there is that now forgotten song that took the world by storm, but with a dark twist. In 2002, Spanish pop group Las Ketchup released their debut single, Asereje. Sumikat yung song all around the world, including our very own Philippines no less. But not long after its world-renowned critical success, sabi ng mga tao, makasalanan daw pakinggan tong kanta na to, na tungkol daw to kay Satan. Even to the point that a religious sect prohibited its followers from listening and dancing to this song. Was the Ketchup song, Asereje, really a Satanist creation? Or was it just another one-hit wonder pop song? Let's find out. Bago tayo pumunta sa Satanic part, discuss muna natin ang Las Ketchup, the group behind the controversial song. In 2001, flamenco music producer Manuel Ruiz founded Las Ketchup. Flamenco is a music style in Spain usually performed in theaters that is accompanied by a classic guitar and a flamenco dancer. Derived from the Spanish word meaning fire or flame, yung mga flamenco dancers wear a distinct fiery red traditional dress meant to mimic the energy of a flame as the dancer moves rhythmically. Manuel Ruiz then signed the group to his independent label called Shakedown Music in Cordova, Spain. That's when they started producing the group's song demos. Pagkatapos sila mag-record, Shakedown Music shared their demo to Columbia Records, an American label owned by Sony Music Entertainment. Right there and then, na-realize nila ang international potential nung group and negotiated for Las Ketchup to sign with Sony. Fast forward to June 2002, the pop group released their debut album entitled Hijas del Tomate, or sa English, Daughters of the Tomato. Meron siyang 11 tracks including their debut single, The Ketchup Song, or which was more popularly known as. Not long after, Asereje topped the charts globally, first in the United Kingdom, then Australia, then Turkey, then France, and then eventually reaching us Filipinos here in Southeast Asia. Its catchy beat and gibberish lyrics made its way up the local charts, and then soon enough, pumalat din ang kanta from radios playing it on repeat and sa mga sound trip sa mga parties.
Around grade 1 or grade 2, I think the song became popular.
Yun yung patugtog sa mga field demo, sa Christmas party. Lahat talaga, yun yung sinasayaw.
Lahat, sinasayaw siya or kinakanta. Na parang sasabihin mo lang na, uy, alam niyo yung Asereje? Tapos kapag may nagsabi na, hindi, ano yun? Kakantahin siya, tapos isasayaw pa.
Nung nauso siya, lahat talaga kami ganun. Kasi enjoy siya sayawin eh.
Pero ito iba eh. Sa lyrics kasi, ulit-ulit na rin yung Asereje, ha, hehe, then something. Tapos yung word na lit yun. So it became, naging catchy siya sa akin.
So why is Asereje so catchy? What made it so popular to the point that it reached 7 million copies sold worldwide in 2006, putting it in the best singles of all time list? Take note, nandun yan kasama yung mga historical hits like Queen's Another One Bites the Dust and the Beatles' Can't Buy Me Love. What was Asereje's success story, even though we couldn't really understand its lyrics?
Most importantly, the beat. Kasi Spanish music or any kind of Latin music in general, may emphasis sila on rhythm. And so there's this aspect of rhythm that's very common in Spanish music, which is called syncopation. Syncopation is the displacement of the regular metric accent. So in other words, di ba parang yung metro niya is 4 na bilang. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yung syncopation, what it means is yung mga nota na mga instruments, it wasn't really put within the meter, pero nakalagay siya sa mga pockets within the meter.
Which means notes are intentionally placed to avoid the beat of the metronome. Therefore, it creates this sort of anticipation on where notes are supposedly played, but falls before or after we expect it.
Part by part, ito yung mga instruments usually sa Spanish music. We have the kicks, the snares. Usually gumagamit sila ng mga layers of percussions like shakers. In this example, ginamit ko yung pandero, tapos yun, bass, tsaka guitar. and with the guitar. Example din of Asereje if they didn't use syncopations. As in, striktong-strikto na nasa metro talaga. So, you could really tell the difference. Ito yung non-syncopated. So, ayun, mas mapapansin nyo na parang hindi siya masyadong gumagalaw. Hindi siya masyadong as interesting as yung may syncopation.
But rhythm and its metric style are just some of the aspects on how a song like Asereje became catchy. With that, we have to go deeper into music.
So, the other one is yung pag-pace and space ng melody of the vocals. So, since vocals is the most powerful instrument, yun din yung pinaka-catchy. As you can see dito, makikita nyo na nasa space out yung mga notes. So, hindi siya constantly na tumutugtog. So, dito may space. And yung use of space has been very creative din. Ito yung example of Asereje if walang pacing and spacing yung melodic line. Naka-constant lang, rhythmically also.
So that means, without pacing and spacing, mapapagod agad yung utak mo at some point from listening to a song that seems to sound like it's only playing a single note constantly. It's actually impressive how the song was written and sung, with the lyrics strategically supporting how the pacing and spacing plays in the song, making it groovy and simply just interesting.
Another aspect for catchiness is yung retention factor. So usually, mas may retention factor yung mga songs na less notes and mas ginagamit yung notes repetitively. Yung mas prominent na note in this part of the song is F sharp. 24 na F sharps, for sure matatandaan mo yun.
Para siyang pag-memorize ng poem back nung elementary. You read it over and over again for you to memorize it. But in Asereje, it's feeding you with just a single appreciable note placed creatively in crucial parts of the song.
There's this psychological phenomenon called the earworm. Maaalala mo yung isang kanta kasi sobrang catchy niya out of nowhere. It's easier for the mind to interpret what you're hearing and then transfer it to your short-term memory, and then maybe may chances na pupunta siya sa long-term memory. Kaya naaalala mo siya while you're walking or habang nag-shop ka for groceries.
Months after its success, kumalat ang mga chismis about the song. At ang sabi, nag-refer daw ito sa pagtawag kay Satan, the devil, the demon, you name it. The controversy spread not just in the Philippines but all around the world. People became cautious in playing and dancing to the song.
First time ko siya nalaman na gano'n was to news sa TV. Pinalita doon na yung kantang to, yung Asereje, kanta daw ng demonyo.
Yung nag-inform sa akin na stop ko sayawin yung Asereje is yung lola ko. So shoutout sa lola ko. Kasi ano siya, like Catholic gano'n, like very religious siya.
Actually, nung nalaman ko siya, parang natuwa ako. Parang natawa ako na parang, talaga? Sige nga, tingnan natin kung totoo.
So every time sasayawin ko siya sa bahay, magpa-practice ako, pipigilan niya ako, parang, Iha, like huwag mo sayawin yan kasi nagtatawag ka daw ng demonyo. So parang ako, ha? Paano mo nalaman? Sayaw lang naman yun, di ba? Parang, paano naging devil yun?
Na parang pag ganyan, you're swaying away the angels or something like that.
Wala rin proof na galing sa artist na yun yung purpose nila para gawin yung song. So, hindi siya valid for us.
But, did we ever ask what was the root of all these allegations? So apparently, merong 3 factors at play in uncovering the references about worshipping the devil in the song. First, the title. Sabi nila, if you broke down the word Asereje, it would refer to a demonic being. In Spanish, a means to, while ser is translated as be, and hereje means heretical. Can you see where this is going? So, Asereje as a whole comes out as to be heretical, or sa madaling salita, to contradict church beliefs. Second, the lyrics. Rumors say that if you translate the song's lyrics into English, it would refer to Satan's coming. We found an article online that discusses the breakdown of these lyrics and why it is related to worshipping the devil. Here, listen to the start of the song. In English, this would mean, look at what's coming at the turn of the corner. Diego comes dancing. And people believe this meant the prophecy of the evil coming, because apparently the name Diego could also sometimes be taken as the devil. Now listen to the chorus. Now we know that Asereje could mean to be heretical. They say that Ha in the chorus is an acronym for Jehovah in the Bible, and this part, which can be understood as stop being yourself or leave your being. Kapag pinagsama-sama natin lahat yun, you get this spooky phrase, a heretic being Jehovah, stop being yourself or leave your being. And third, backmasking. People believe that playing the song backwards would reveal its satanic undertones.
Backmasking is a way to put hidden messages in a song. It can only be heard when you reverse the song. Sa mga golden times ng plaka, if i-play mo siya ng pabaliktad, may hindi ka naintindihan, ilalabel agad as demonic. Yung Asereje controversy attribute, like partly was attributed to that. Just because you don't understand something, tas lalagyan ng label agad. May terms sa ganong phenomenon, psychological phenomenon. It's called pareidolia, the tendency for incorrect perception. Kasi prime ka lang sa binabasa mo, binibigyan mo na agad ng meaning yung naririnig. Whereas if you were just listening to it, you wouldn't really think of it that way. So it could be na, yun lang, napaprime lang sa binabasa.
So we actually translated Asereje's lyrics on our own to take a good look on what the song is really about. Literally. Basically, ganito lang siya. The song is a very simple story of a guy named Diego. It starts out with Diego entering a club, he's wearing an aquamarine shirt, and he's carrying illegal drugs with him. He dances along to what the DJ is playing, and the DJ actually knows Diego too. And when it's 12 midnight, the DJ plays his desired song. The gibberish part of the chorus, yung part na mismong sinasabi nilang Satanic, is apparently Las Ketchup trying to sing the Sugar Hill Gang's famous song, Rapper's Delight, in Spanish. And this is how that song goes.
I said the hip hop, the hip it to the hip hop, you don't stop the rocket to the bass.
And that's basically just the whole song. It's about this guy named Diego going to a club, partying, and dancing along to his most desired song, Rapper's Delight. At yun lang, wala nang iba.
For me, actually, pinaka-importante yung lyrics kasi yun yung story. In a global aspect, like I'm just speaking siguro in Spain during that time, it's very descriptive of the story. If you can make your lyrics put your listeners in the story, together with the rhythm, tapos together with the catchiness, with the simpleness of the song, yun, it's gonna be catchy talaga and it's gonna be a hit.
After knowing all this information about the song, can we really say that Asereje was a song about the devil? Is there something that we missed out on? The lack of resources for accessible information back then was limited. Wala tayong internet na accessible at available para malaman ng mga bagay-bagay na to. Therefore, we went on believing these rumors very quickly. But one thing's for sure, Asereje made its mark in the history of music, and the fear it made a lot of us experience back then sure is something that we can finally look into and maybe even laugh about today.